My name is Evan Delahanty, and I'm the founder of Peaceful Fruits. We're a social goods snack company. So Peaceful Fruits started after I was a Peace Corps volunteer deep in the Amazon rainforest. And when I came back, after having worked with that nonprofit development world agenda, I wanted to bring that into the business world. So I was bridging that gap between doing good, nonprofit, that whole mentality. We're using sustainably harvested fruit from the Amazon and beyond now as we've grown. And then here in America, we're employing adults with disabilities in full wage jobs so that we can be fulfilling our mission on both sides of the ocean. And then at the same time, developing a fully market competitive product that's delicious, healthy, and just awesome all around that can compete totally on its own merits. And what's really cool about Peace Corps is that they really focus on doing what there's a need for from inside the community. And that is the same business mentality that I bring to Peaceful Fruits, is I want to understand what my customer needs. I want to understand all the stakeholders and take that same respectful, responsible, listening first approach to building a business, because that's how you build anything sustainable, whether it's a women's education project in the middle of the Amazon or a fruit snack business here in Akron. When I was young, I always enjoyed trying things out in my own way. I had my own ideas, some of them smart, some of them not so smart. If I could figure it out myself, even if it took 3 times as long, I wanted to observe, to try, to just mess with it. And then if I ran into a problem, of course, yeah, you ask for help, you read the instructions, nothing wrong with that. But try first, right? That was where I pivoted into the business world, because I could really explore things my own way and come up with my own way of doing things and learn if it was a good way or if I had to change, pivot, move on. I didn't set out to start a fruit snack company. I didn't set out to even build a food company. I just looked at the resources that I had, who I knew, capital investment that I had, not much, and what I could do to start something. That's where I focused more on developing my own consumer packaged good, where I could build that brand, build that story into the product itself. And so from there, I went into the grocery store, I was exploring, looking for different opportunities, and ultimately focused in on fruit snacks. There's no mission-based, there's no premium, there's no higher end, by whatever you define it, version of fruit snacks. I'll be that guy. Early on, figuring out who that customer was and what they wanted, as opposed to who I thought they were and what I thought they wanted, that was actually a big challenge. And the feedback that I got time and time again, not just about the product, but it was people telling me like, hey man, this is great, like you should go on Shark Tank. Enough people say it to you, and then you start to get some milestones like, all right, well, we just won $20,000 from this pitch contest. We just raised 25K. Our stated goal was 10,000 on that Kickstarter, and we raised 25. Like, okay, maybe there's some legs here. Shark Tank was a huge impact for us, as you can imagine. We did that Kickstarter campaign where we ended up raising about $25,000, and because we were so small, Shark Tank effectively became another Kickstarter campaign for us, another crowdfunding campaign, where in the 5 minutes that we were on TV, we went from 57 orders in total for the entire life of the business up to that point, to over 1,000. So a key point of building Peaceful Fruits has been to focus on the things I'm good at and also focus on the things that I'm not, to help build a team around that. Finding people that can fill in those gaps is really, really critical. So if you're a teenager, if you're a kid in high school, 16 years old, 18 years old, whatever, the main thing I wish I had been thinking about at that time is not waiting for the perfect dream. You can't let perfect, get in the way of starting something, right? What you start at 16 is probably not what you're gonna end up doing with the rest of your life. And its success or failure is also probably not gonna really matter that much to where you are at 26 or 36. What's gonna matter is what you started trying, what you learned from it, what you built your skill set to do. Just try to start something. Just start starting.